Welcome to Let's Talk Money, Honey, the podcast where we break down the barriers to financial success.
I'm Elise Levy here with Holly Henry, and we're your hosts, two financial advisors on a mission to demystify investing, unravel the complexities of money, and sprinkle a little wisdom into your life.
Whether you're a seasoned investor or just dipping your toes into the world of finance, join us once a month as we discuss how to navigate life's financial twists and turns. Just remember, building wealth and living your best life should be empowering, not intimidating.
So listen up and let's talk money, honey.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Money, Honey. Today we are going to talk about insurance. Not a very exciting topic, but it is so important in the grand scope of your financial plan. So, Holly, get us started.
Yeah, so first off, we need to mention that we are licensed to sell specifically life insurance is mainly what we deal with in our conversations. But we're going to be diving into life insurance because I feel like, and just insurance as a whole, people can become almost insurance poor by the time that they're paying life insurance, health insurance, home insurance, car insurance. But if you're not properly insured, you can also have this like huge financial pitfall if something happens. And so what a lot of people don't know is we as financial advisors, as holistic planning, we come in and we look at all this for you and we review your documents just to make sure that you are properly insured and that you're not paying too much, or you don't have enough coverage, because either way, those are, in my opinion, can be equally bad.
100%.
Yeah. To start this off, we're mainly going to be talking about life insurance today because I feel like most of the conversations we have with our clients revolve around that. And I think just kind of as a whole, Elise and I, our belief is kind of we like term insurance for our younger clients. Elise, am I wrong?
No, and I think I'm going to keep it really simple for people who maybe are afraid to ask, what is term insurance?
Yeah.
So,
True.
term means that you're going to be covered for a specific period of time. So, it could be 5 years, 20 years, whatever. And if you, the insured, pass away during that time, your beneficiaries would receive a death benefit. So, like the most traditional thing you can think of, your husband is insured, you're the beneficiary. If he passes away during that period of time, Holly then would receive that death benefit. And then if you outlive the term, there is no payout. So it ends.
Yeah. And one of the reasons we say that this is great for our younger clients is for someone in their 20s to get term life insurance if they are healthy. Then it's actually, I mean, I would say anywhere $20, $30, $40 a month, depending on how much you choose. One thing that we do see quite frequently is people trying to choose too much of a benefit. It's not uncommon for us to have clients come in here and they've got life insurance for $1 million plus. That is needed for some people, but most 20-something-year-olds that are starting out, they really just need enough to kind of cover their debt. If they're married, they need enough to cover the majority of their debt and to make sure that their spouse is going to be okay and can get on their feet within a year.
100%. And I think, exactly what Holly said, the benefit of term is it's going to be more affordable than whole. And actually, today, a lot of employers will offer term insurance through your benefits program. So you can always look at that and look at that amount and say, okay, they're going to cover me up to 50,000. Let's maybe supplement with another term insurance policy or not. Maybe you have a really good benefits and it covers you up to that need. So that's also something to explore. And, really understanding all your options and where you can go to is so important with this. So let's switch over and then talk about the other type of life insurance, which is whole life or permanent life. So, Holly, maybe give us a quick definition.
Yeah, so this is going to be a much more expensive scenario. So this is going to be coverage that it carries on for your entire life until you pass away. So you're definitely not going to be looking at $20, $30, $40 a month. It is going to be expensive just for the fact that we can't escape death. So there will be a benefit paid.
Yes, Holly, that's true.
So this is going to be a guaranteed benefit, but with that, in most situations, and this is why it's important to work with a financial advisor, with what you're paying for the premium, chances are if you're starting out young, you can take the difference and invest it, and that money actually comes out better in your favor. Again, investing, not necessarily putting in your savings. It can't, whole life insurance, and I'm not necessarily knocking it. Each type of policy is there for certain situations. Um, but a lot of people cannot necessarily afford whole life insurance.
Yeah, and I think like what Holly was saying at the beginning of the episode, it's really easy to be insurance poor or overly insured. So maybe you have multiple policies that you really don't need, and you're paying all this money in principal every year, and it's really cutting on your cash flow. So that can definitely happen. And every situation is really different. So as we go through these things, we're explaining them, but we're not necessarily recommending them. Always meet with your financial advisor if it's Holly or I, and look at what's most appropriate for you with your expenses that you already have and what the future really looks like. Because some people want that whole life, that option, but sometimes waiting until you have kids, you have more of a fine-tuned financial picture, it might be more appropriate then. And the other thing I just wanted to bring up, Holly mentioned it quickly, but that rule of thumb of making sure that your debt would be covered by the insurance, that's really appropriate. So if you have a mortgage, maybe a car loan, getting that covered, but not going too over the moon with that payout amount, that death benefit, because it will cost you in premium.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I mentioned, Elise and I are certified. However, we don't want there to be any type of conflict of interest in what we recommend. So neither one of us actually sells this, but we have great insurance agents that we work closely with and that we can refer our clients to. We feel like just in due diligence and just to make sure that we are acting as your fiduciary, that we have your best interest at heart, that anything that we recommend, we're not going to be making money on. And so we're going to send you to the right people with the right scenario that we would recommend.
Absolutely. And I think that is an important thing as you're shopping for life insurance. Know that life insurance agents make a commission. So
Mhm.
they're getting money if you sign up for a policy. So they have incentive. And of course, they're going to help you and try to get you the best product. But I think knowing that going in makes you a more knowledgeable buyer. Um, and I had another thing that I was going to say, and I totally forgot.
Well, I was going to also pivot back that our hope and goals as a financial advisor, especially for the younger people, is that if you start investing wisely and you have the term insurance, that as you get older, that you're going to have enough saved and invested there that you don't have a need for life insurance, that like you're basically self-insuring. And so when you pass away, you'll have the house paid off, you'll have the vehicles paid off, or there's enough in savings that your spouse or the people close to you that you want taken care of will be taken care of.
Absolutely. And I remembered what I was going to say. But get a second opinion on things. And if you are looking for insurance options, bring it to your financial advisor, but also meet with two companies. Don't just meet with one and see what they have to offer. Just like buying a car, just like anything in life, it's good to know what's out there before just going all in on a decision.
Yes.
So that was the nitty gritty of life insurance. Do you feel like we missed anything?
No, and there is so many types of insurance, and we weren't wanting to just dive totally deep in this because this could be like an hour long, probably couple hour long discussion.
Yeah, I'm not
And
even going to say the word annuity because we'll go down a spiral.
no, I think the only thing that I was wanting just to specifically remind people is insurance as a whole has went up. Home insurance, mine has went up tremendously. My vehicle insurance almost doubled. For those of you that can financially afford it, especially on home and vehicle and maybe even health, try to increase your deductible. Try and self-insure. There's nothing wrong with trying to take on a little bit of self-insurance to reduce the amount of premiums that you're paying if you can do it. I know for me personally, I increased my house insurance deductible by I think $1,500, and it saved me $700 for the year. So to me, it was a no-brainer to go ahead and increase that liability a little bit. And then on my vehicle, and I'm going to be very blunt, my vehicle is I don't want to take on a loan, so I'm going to drive my vehicle till the wheels fall off. It had almost doubled in price, so I went to liability only, and I'm just praying that I don't hit someone.
I mean, I get it, and I think it's one of those things that, out of sight, out of mind, and if you have a yearly money date with yourself, put insurance on there because looking at your policies, my car policy, I ignored it and I was paying way too much, and when I compared other prices with other companies, it was ridiculous.
Mhm.
So getting that awareness and just knowing what you're doing, and also bundling is the secret to insurance. They don't tell you. If you can bundle and work with one company and have multiple things insured with them, you're going to get such a deal. It's crazy. So that's a little secret that you should really look into.
Yes, and I think the other thing that I just want to reiterate again is when you're meeting with your financial advisor, it's not all about just investing. It's bring in your insurance statements, have us review it, something that we look at on a regular basis just to make sure that you're properly covered. And again, it isn't just life insurance, bring in your home, your vehicle, um, whatever you think that we just a second set of eyes. That's why we're here.
Yep. 100%. All right, so tune in next time. And as always, make sure to check out our other videos. And if you haven't already, sign up for our monthly newsletter. It's such great information.